My name is Brian Hawkins and I'm founder of StyleSeek, My Taste Bud, a fashion tech, and here in San Diego, PrefabSD, which is a co-working space for the fashion industry. Really happy to be here at Startup Weekend. I look at this as the thread behind a growing movement here in San Diego. Those of us that live here, those of us that are natives or have moved here, we love this city, its creativity, its light, its vibrant nature, but we also realize that big companies don't exist here. Even medium-sized companies are hard to come by, and if you're going to make it in San Diego, oftentimes you need to make it on your own. And having organizations and having groups and meetings and the networking and the competitions with Startup Week and Go San Diego really helps the startup, it helps the entrepreneurs, it helps the whole community grow, I think, which is extraordinarily valuable. At Prefab, we like to say we're not tech. San Diego is definitely a bastion for technology and biocommunications and whatnot, but we're also a creative place. We're right here at the downtown, the new Central Library, and just a couple of blocks over from here is the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, where I'm also a professor. And I got tired of seeing students and hearing students say, yeah, now I'm gonna get serious about my business and I gotta move to LA or I have to move to New York, and we're putting a stop to that. We're keeping companies here, startups here, entrepreneurs here in San Diego, where we all want to live and work. And that's a really important job, and I love working with Startup Weekend and Go San Diego on that. Prefab is a unique combination of a co-working space and incubator combined with retail. So a storefront and a workplace in one. And I'm really excited about it because particularly for makers, it's invaluable to have interaction with consumers. And on a day-to-day basis, we've got 20 different startups in our space, and they're designing, they're collaborating, they work with each other. I'm wearing a watch actually, which is designed by and made by a local San Diegan, a 19-year-old sophomore at USD. And he's come up with a really ingenious patent pending buckle. But right now, the watch is being made in China. And that's one of the things that we're putting our heads together to onshore every function and every piece of this watch, where ultimately it's going to be either here in San Diego or in our Southern California region. In fact, with the next line of watches that are being developed right now, we are actually designing and making the leather bands for men and women both here at Prefab in San Diego. And we're excited too because the space that we occupy is, I think, appropriate in that it's a perfect reuse of an existing space. It was originally a courtroom, it then became Center for Naval Intelligence during World War II, and then it was the crime scene investigation lab for San Diego, for the San Diego Police Department. And so I look at that background as the research and the decision making, and that heritage of that space is part of us and our culture that we've developed at Prefab on a daily basis. My tie is also designed and manufactured here locally by one of our other members, Lord Wallington. And we're really excited because we now have a shoe company moving in. So these industries that people have said, well, San Diego doesn't have the means to support, it now does with Prefab. So you can find out more information about Prefab by logging on to PrefabSD, as in San Diego.com. You can also follow us at Prefab San Diego on Instagram and PrefabSD on Twitter.